My name is Dave McComb. I'm the engineering manager here at BLACOH Fluid Control, and we're here to talk about how to change the diaphragm on our AODD dampener. All right, so I've got the dampener here. I got it clamped into a vise. This one, you could replace the, pull the bolts off one at a time, but it's a little bit better to do them across so that it kind of evens out the torque on everything. So we'll do that here. Oop. Okay, so now the diaphragm will just pull out of the housing. So we got a shaft and the rubber diaphragm and the Teflon diaphragm. So we'll pull this off here. When you're replacing this, you need to remove this shaft unless you got a replacement shaft. And you got to be really careful not to nick the surface of the shaft. So if you nick the surface of the shaft, it will eat out your, it'll destroy your O-rings. So we have aluminum blocks in here. You could use wood or a rag, but whatever it is, you need to make sure that the shaft doesn't get nicked. So then you can turn this. Just comes off. All right. Now we'll clean the shaft off. It should have some grease on it. Now we'll install the new one. There's our new one. You got to make sure that the shaft goes all the way to it contacts the rubber. If you don't do that, it will not perform correctly. Okay, now that's in place. Now, when you replace the bladder, you should replace the O-rings. There's 3 O-rings in here, and I don't know if we can see this really well. It's a small hole, and the O-rings are fairly deep inside there. There's one right at the front. That one's easy to get to. Then there's another gap which it has no O-ring, and then there's another groove with an O-ring. And then there's another groove with no O-ring, and then there's another O-ring deep inside there. Be pretty hard to do this without an O-ring pick. We'll get this third one out of here. There we go. Okay, so we want to clean all the old grease and debris that collects on here, out of here. This one is pretty clean. Okay, now we'll install the new ones, the new O-rings. Here's our handy dandy little O-ring tool. So we drop the O-rings in here. All right, so we drop it in. Whoop. Okay, make sure they're all in there good. They are. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, now we want to lube the O-rings. So we got some O-ring lube here. I'll put a little lube on the shaft. And we put a little bit down in the hole as well. My O-ring pick works for this. There's a number of other tools you could use. A popsicle stick works fine, or a pen or pencil. Something just to get the lube down in the hole. Okay, now we're ready to put her back together. So there's the rubber diaphragm and the Teflon diaphragm, and you want to make sure that there's as little air as possible in between the two. So put them together and you push down on the table in the center so that it seats. All right, we'll line up the shaft, drop it into place. There we go. All right, now we're ready to put her back on the pump.